Complete Guide to Roadbook Reader. Perfect Interpretation, Zero Mistakes. Chapter 1. Download and Installation. RB Reader is an open-source program distributed outside the Google Play Store channels. To download it, go to the page indicated in the description and scroll down to the download section. You can download only the application, or the compressed file that also includes the license and the manuals in Italian, English, and Spanish. If you choose the compressed file, which is the recommended option for event organizers, download it from your computer and unzip the zip folder. Inside, you will find the license, the 3 manuals and the application file rebreeder.app, which you must install on the Android device. If you download only the application, you can do it directly from your Android device and install it. Since RB Reader is not distributed through Google Play, the device will show a security warning. Choose to continue, let Google scan the application, and complete the installation. After installation, RB Reader must be started by tapping the Roadbook file received from the organization. If you only open the app icon, the program will remind you that you must open the Roadbook zip file. Do not unzip or move the event file named RB Reader Pack Zip. When you tap it, the application will open automatically. It is not possible to fully simulate how the program works away from the root. You will be able to scroll through the Roadbook, but if you try to validate a note without being in the correct position, the warning will appear. Too far away, more than 100 m from Note X. It is recommended to mount the device on a support bracket. If you prefer to hold it in your hand, disable automatic screen rotation. An accidental rotation could interrupt the display and force you to continue with resume. RB Reader. Overview of how it works. RB Reader was created to follow a roadbook note by note, in sequence. If you take detours to skip some notes, malfunctions may occur. RB Reader does not simply display a list of notes. During the route, it always keeps the note you are heading towards centered on the screen. This is the active note, recognizable by its yellow background. When you approach the note, the program warns you with a beep and the background turns orange. If, instead, you cover the expected distance without reaching it correctly, the note turns red. RB Reader also collects the most important information about the route: compliance with speed limits, any skipped waypoints, extra kilometers driven, accuracy in note validation, and correct use of the cap indications. In addition, if the ranking includes a required average speed, it also calculates your average speed. Before starting, make sure the GPS is active, that RB Reader has permission to use the location, and that the volume is turned on. Use manual mode if you are taking part in the ranking. At the end of the route, the QR code will be generated.
Automatic mode is designed for navigation without ranking. It is ideal for solo drivers, motorcycles, or bicycles. In this mode, RB Reader can also be used without a co-driver. The program automatically validates the notes as you pass them, without the need to touch the device.
If you close the application, or if the device rotates, RB Reader may return to the initial screen. Use New to start from 0, or Resume to continue a navigation already started. To avoid interruptions, lock the automatic screen rotation, especially if the device is not fixed on a support bracket. During the route, keep RB Reader open. In manual mode, the device should be managed by the co-driver, not by the driver. At the end of the route, if you have chosen manual validation, RB Reader will generate a QR code after validating the last note. The organization will scan it in less than 1 second. If you accidentally close the QR window, the image will remain saved on the device and you can recover it from the file manager, normally in the download folder. How manual mode works.
And differences with automatic mode.
RB Reader is divided into 3 parts: a top bar, the note area, and a bottom bar. In the top bar, from left to right, you will find the total odometer, that is, the kilometers traveled from the start. In the center, the direction of travel in degrees, and the clock. On the right, the partial odometer, that is, the distance traveled since the last validated note. The odometers are synchronized at each validation. If you are taking part in the ranking, enter the number assigned by the organization and choose Manual. Tap Start at the starting point and wait for the start signal before validating by tapping the note. In manual mode, each note must be validated by tapping it when you are in the position indicated by the circle in the center of the vignette. When a note is validated, it turns green and can no longer be validated a second time. In the bottom bar, you will find the current coordinates, longitude on the left and latitude on the right. In the center, the current speed in kilometers per hour.
In automatic mode, it is not necessary to enter the team number. Choose Automatic, tap Skip, and the program will validate the notes automatically as you pass them. This mode is designed for those navigating without ranking, for example solo drivers, motorcycles, or bicycles.
The active note, that is, the one you are trying to reach, has a yellow background. When you approach it, RB Reader emits a beep and the background turns orange. In manual mode, you must validate it by tapping it.
In automatic mode, on the other hand, the note will automatically change from orange to green when you are close enough to the correct point.
Pay attention to the notes with a blue background in the first column. They indicate that the next note is very close to the previous one, less than 250 meters away. In these cases, slow down and read the instructions carefully.
In automatic mode, if the distance between two notes is less than 40 meters, validation is almost immediate. Slow down and make sure you have clearly understood both notes.
Pay attention also to the notes with a cap indication in the third column, written in red. When a note is preceded by a cap, a black bar with a green arrow appears at the bottom of the screen. The arrow indicates the ideal direction towards the next note. In the bar, you will also find the cap bearing, the current speed, and the remaining distance to the next note. Always respect the speed limits indicated in the roadbook. Exceeding them results in heavy penalties in the rankings. Maintain the limit until the note with the end of limit sign. When you reach the last note, validate it correctly. RB Reader will generate the QR code to show to the organization.
In automatic mode, the program does not generate any QR code. At the end of the route, the last note will be validated automatically and only a short arrival message will appear. Even without ranking, always respect the speed limits. They have been set by the organization for safety reasons.